Hello once more. This is the last one for chapter 4. Okay, area of triangles using trigonometry. So, hopefully you're familiar with area of a triangle is half base times height. But that only works if we know the base and the height of a triangle, which doesn't always present itself nicely to us. So we need to find the area of a triangle when we know angle A is 46, angle B is 95, and we have a side of C. So if we wanted to go ahead and draw this little triangle, remember it doesn't really matter how you draw your triangle. I'm going to label this guy angle A, so that would be 46 degrees. I'll call this guy B, which is 95 degrees, and this one's going to be C. Little c is going to be 6.8. So I don't know what the height of this triangle is. I could say this is the base and then find the height, but that's pretty difficult and we don't know how to do that yet. So we need to use the area formula. Area formula, just like law of cosines and sines, you can write it a variety of different ways, the formula, just depending on what values we have. So for this guy, for area, there's going to be 1A, 1B, and 1C. Whether it's little or big, it depends on what we have. So the formula is 1/2 a side times a side. Oops, not a sine, a side. Sine of an angle. We have to have an A, we have to have a B, we have to have a C. Okay? So for this case, we don't know what. We only have one side and we need two sides. So how do we find a side? Oh my gosh, law of sines and cosine. This is like a twofer, guys. How exciting is this? So we can find a big C, easy, right? When we already have little c, so we could find big C, which means we could do law of sines right off the bat. Or if you wanted to, we could probably work to find law of cosines. But I think law of sines is probably going to be our best bet. So we first have to find another side is what we need to find. So in order to do the area formula, we need two sides, and we were only given one. So we're going to find the other one. All right, so angle C is going to be 180 minus angle A minus angle B. So 180 minus, what do we got? 46 minus 95. So we get angle C is 39 degrees. Okay, so we know that this is 39. Remember when we know two of one value that we can do the law of sine. So again, we can put sine on top or side on top, whatever you want. So I'm going to go for side. Okay, I have my C. I need a B or an A. It doesn't really matter which one I choose to do as long as because I have all my angles. I have one side. I just need one more side. So let's just do A. So we'll do A, sine A. All right, little c, 6.8. Sine of big C, 39 degrees. Equals little a, we don't know, but we'll find out. Sine of big A, which is 46. Okay, now we have only one unknown, which means we can solve this one equation by cross multiplying. We get 6.8 sine 46 equals A sine 39. We want to solve for A, so I'm going to divide by sine 39. Divide by sine 39. Okay, so we're going to get, there's no pluses or minuses in this numerator, so that means we can just plug it into our calculator. So, because we don't have to worry about order of operations if it's all multiplication. So 6.8 sine 46. So I get 4.89151 divided by sine 39. So let's go ahead and see what that is. Those canceled out, so we get A. Okay, so if you guys wanted to, we could have, got this answer, had that decimal in there, and then put divided by sine 39. That would have given us a little bit more accurate of a number. since we're not rounding, because this guy we had to round. So we're going to get 4.89151 divided by 0.6293. It makes a difference, but it makes it like in the thousandths, like decimal spot. That's very, very minimal. Okay, so we get A is 7.7729. So if we wanted to round this to the nearest tenth, let's say side A is 7.8. I chose tenth just because where is it? The one that they gave us was rounded to the nearest tenth. Okay, so now we have A. We know A is 7.8. Okay, so can we do the area now? We have to have two sides, 1, 2, and then the other angle. So we have an A, we have a C, and we have a B. So we can do this. So let's go ahead and figure out what our formula is. So like I said, the area formula, we'll use one of each letter. I know what A and I know what C is. So I'm going to go, area is going to be 1/2 A and C, the two sides that I know, times sine of whatever other letter we have. We have an A, we have a C, so that means we need a big B. Okay, and this is area. Okay, so 1/2 A is 7.8. C is 6.8. Sine of B is 95. There's no addition and subtraction, so we could plug this whole thing in. The only time that we have to be really careful with entering things in our calculator is when there's addition and subtraction and multiplication. Order of operations, we all know, right? We have to do addition and subtraction first, multiplication and division last. If we put it all in our calculator and we miss some parentheses, it gets a little dicey on if we're going to get the right answer or not, okay? But this guy, we know all of it, so we could just plug it right on in. And if you're uncomfortable with it, then just do one piece at a time. That's totally fine. Okay, so we need 1/2. I'm going to put that as a 0.5. Otherwise, you guys could do parentheses, put parentheses around a fraction to keep it together so your calculator knows we're talking about a fraction of a half, okay? We could just put it in just like we see here with another set of parentheses, 7.8, close that parenthesis, another parenthesis, 6.8, close that parenthesis, sine 95. If you don't like that, if you're not comfortable with it, then just do a little bit at a time. Okay, we plug all that in and we get 26.41908. If you did a little bit at a time, you might be a little off closer towards the end of this decimal here, which is fine. It's not going to make that big of a difference to affect the answer of our problem here. Okay, so we're going to say the area is 26.4 whatever units we're talking about. They didn't give us the units, so we're good. That's the area of the triangle. That is it today.